battle coming up here. Here comes referee Frank Morrell. And again, I got to hand it to Frank. Was very, very uneasy with the selection of Frank to take over as referee after Downtown Bruno was injured and unable to continue today. But I got to say, in that last match, which involved Tony Falk, Frank did his job. He sure did.
Well, you really do. You have to give a guy a double honor.
Speaking of Tony Falk. What? Well, we've seen you 3 or 4 times today. That's enough.
Well, I got something very important to say this time. You come on out here, Frank Morrell. Yep. He did it.
He's done what? He did what he was supposed to. He counted you out when your shoulders were pinned.
No. I got a message. I just got off the phone with Double J, the boss himself. He said for me to tell you that you are fired. You are no longer with the organization.
Tony Falk, I told you before, if Jeff Jarrett wants to believe what you tell him, I don't need him, Jeff Jarrett.
Hey, don't walk away. You're the reason he lost his belt, and you've done nothing but cost me match after match, and I called him, and he believes every word I say because he and I are very tight, and when I told him how you've been acting today, he said to tell you could go straight. Well, I'm going to say this. He said you are fired, Frank Morrell, so don't walk away.
If I stand here and argue with you, that just put me as low as you are.
You ain't going to argue with me. Come back here. I'm not.
Let me tell you one thing. If you lay your hands on me again, I'm going to knock your lights out.
You just hold up. I'm here to tell you the truth. You ain't going to run around. Come back here. You ain't going to...
Boy, Frank upset him.
Oh,
look out. Tommy Rich grabbed him.
Goes Tommy Rich out here.
Well,
and Rich
good, yeah. Keeping him back.
Breaks it up.
About me. What's the deal? I'm not worried about him and Jeff Jarrett. I can handle my own business.
Did nobody say you could? Why you going to hit him? You come on.
Nails him from behind here. And now it's 2 against 1. Tommy. Come on, Tommy.
Now that is ridiculous. Falk and Rich jump on referee Frank Morrell. Well, they've already did they do. They said he's fired. And leave the guy alone for crying out loud.
Come on, guys. Here comes some help. Brian Christohper and Wolfie D. And all of a sudden, there go Tommy Rich and Tony Falk. Frank Morrell lying here on the floor. Randy, you're out. You understand. Wolfie not too sure he wants to help Frank, given what's been going on in the past. But Randy said, yeah, he did help us out here today, which is true.
He did me a favor by refereeing. Brian, he did me a favor by refereeing.
Speaking of which, Randy, we've got a match here. Is Frank, you going to be able to referee this match? Because we got Brian coming up here.
I don't know. Brian, please help me get it.
Frank being helped out.
Frank's not going to be able to referee
Frank's not going to referee this match. What are we going to do? We don't have a referee here. Downtown Bruno injured early on. I don't know. Maybe Frank can shake it off. But we've got a match scheduled. I'm talking now. With Brian Christohper and Jamie Dundee. Well, I'm not going to referee. That's just what we were asking.
You're hurt now, Dave.
Well, I know.
How am I going to beat Brian Christohper up with no referee? How?
Jamie, just like if the king of rock and roll was here, he'd solve all the problems, baby. Randy Hales, why don't you get your worn-out carcass over here?
I'm tired of every single one of you. I have a problem.
We have a match.
No
Jamie Dundee has a match. I'll tell you what you do. Everything else.
Videotape we have that we can play.
We don't need no videotape.
No videotape. I gotta wrestle.
Why don't you referee? Why don't you referee? You do everything else.
Come on, Bill.
He does everything else. Why just this? We want him to referee.
Yeah, I can see it. I love to beat this guy up, too. I hope he is you be my referee.
For me, I got a match. I don't have no license, but heck, sometimes you have to break the rules.
Well,
I'll referee this match.
Well, you're the promoter.
All right, now
Here, I take it down.
We have a treat for you.
Tell him, Priscilla, tell him.
All right, Jamie does the best Elvis you have ever seen, and he is going to grace y'all and do it for you right now. Go, baby.
Are you ready? Okay. I'm gonna be
Your loving teddy bear. Here's Elvis, Dave.
I would like to say hello to my friend the Colonel, baby.
Yeah, we'd like to say goodbye to all of you.
Say that again. Well, we're going to have the match here as television program has to continue. We've had a very unfortunate situation here today where we've had not one, but two referees injured, Dave.
And no backup referee, which is a very unusual thing. Usually there's a backup official here. Randy Hales, the promoter, has called for the bell. He is going to referee. Bill Dundee and Jamie Dundee screaming, we got to have a referee. I've got to have this match.
Now Jamie's screaming and yelling that Randy did not thoroughly check Brian Christohper.
He's known for pulling chains, says Jamie Dundee. Well, Jamie's right about that. Brian has been known to have a chain or two.
You're trying to cheat. He is already up here. Playing favoritism.
Wait. Don't go knocking Randy Hales. Y'all are the ones that insisted he get up there and referee the match.
It was Dundee's idea.
Yeah.
Bill Dundee, running off at the mouth as always, says, hey, why don't you referee Randy Hales? Randy steps in, referees, and then they don't like that. Boy, please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all of the people all of the time, I tell you.
That's true, and you can't please the Dundees much of any of the time, I don't think, lately.
You're right about that.
Jamie Dundee claiming he had his tights full. Yeah. Sure he can, and he did. Randy Hales drafted as a referee, starting to count. Randy said, hey, the crowd said there was no tight. Crowd is right.
Yeah. So here we go. Been looking forward to this one. Jamie Dundee and too sexy Brian Christohper tangling up.
Randy Hales in the hair.
Might have been a little hair pulling there, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit. Christohper reaches for another hand on that hair. Jamie whips him in. Dundee leaps over. Goes under Christohper. Over the top. Goes under again. Nice stock kick following a leapfrog from too sexy Brian Christohper.
How can you justify it?
What?
How about training? How about talent? That's how you justify it. Oh, Dundee, I tell you, complaining about everything.
Jamie Dundee, too sexy Brian Christohper. Angling up, and Randy Hales, the USWA promoter, in a very, very strange situation as our referee during this match today. Boy. Christohper whips him in. Jamie leaps over. Little celebration. A little prematurely there, though.
Yep.
Christohper sets up Jamie Dundee, slides under that bottom rope, pops him with the right hand. And Christohper, the USWA heavyweight champion. Whoa.
Randy Hales stepped in to block that right fist that Christohper was going to throw. Then Jamie Dundee immediately starts choking him. And Randy's trying to stop that. He starts the count. Jamie breaks it at the last second.
And Randy's warning Jamie Dundee to lay off of the rope he's choking Christohper with. Slaves him hard right into that top turnbuckle. And Jamie Dundee whips him into the other corner, and Christohper comes bouncing out of there. Jamie Dundee backs him up. Elbow takes him down on a pin. 1, 2, and Christohper out.
Jamie Dundee complaining about the count. He thought the count should have been 3, not 2. Wasting no opportunity to complain about the referee that he insists referee the match.
Boy,
I tell you.
Christohper able to dodge that elbow from Jamie Dundee. And the USWA heavyweight champion going after Jamie. Whoa, Christohper misses. Doesn't miss that time as he nailed him with a right hand. Brian Christohper whips him into the rope. Jamie leaps over him. Super kick from Too Sexy Brian Christohper.
Jamie Dundee keeps getting outsmarted on the moves there. He thinks he's got things going his way. He drops Brian down, got the feet up on the rope. Referee Randy Hales stops the count. He saw the feet on the ropes using the extra leverage, and he says, no, sir. Now Brian Christohper's, oh, my goodness.
He got him. 1, 2, 3. Too Sexy Brian Christohper gets the win. Here comes Tommy Rich.
Tommy Rich nails Brian Christohper. Now, Brian got the pin the same way that Jamie Dundee was trying to do it.
Yeah.
Randy didn't see his feet up on the rope. He was so upset with Jamie trying to break the rules. They didn't see what happened.
Oh, boy.
2 against 1. The referee is trying to get Jamie out of there. Now Randy Hales is kicked. Here's Wolfie D.
Wolfie D in to try to even things up. Once again, as this team, they call themselves the Click, always has to have just one extra man. Here's Dundee out here.
Dundee shows up with a chair and starts yelling at the referee, but as Wolfie D starts after him, he drops the chair and he leaves. And now Brian Christohper and Wolfie checking on Randy to make sure he's okay. At this point, he appears to be. The hand of Brian Christohper is raised.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a break and be back with more from the USWA. Tommy Rich will be here in action a little bit later on. Stay with us.